welcome back to the MissJudged podcast. As you know, at MISS Judge Podcast, everywhere you find us. I am Alyssa, your host. If you didn't fucking know, you already know. And today I have a special guest, another Greek, Christina. She needs no introduction, but she's going to give us one anyway.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Christina Mavronas. I'm a Greek American born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Actor, content creator, comedian, menace to society. ADHDer. So here, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a little something here.
I wasn't going to attempt your last name, even though...
It's very easy.
It's
Mavronas.
No, I don't know.
You know what's weird? A lot of people will like look at my last name and be like, Mavronas? And I'm like, why are you adding and subtracting letters? Unless you're dyslexic, I'm like, fine. But like, I'm just like,
no, it's
like an easy Greek name.
I'm just stupid. Like, I don't know. I can't, like, there are, like, as a Greek, I will say there are so many Greek last names that I'm like, Papadopoulos, like, it's literally like the alphabet threw up sometimes on some people. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's Opolis, you know? It's one of those Opolis last names. I'm out. So, like, and I have relatives with that last name. And I'm just like, I can't. It's like, I just exaggerate I abbreviate.
You're like, Papa, what's up?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You're not the first Greek person that I've had on this show, just so you know. This is a Greek, you guys, this is in literally just barely 2 seasons, and I've already had 2 Greek people. Like, this is just a Greek community, I've decided.
Who would you have Greek?
Christos. Comedy.
That's right.
Shout out.
That's right. Yes, Christo. How are you?
Christos, you owe me olive oil from Greece. So here's a fun fact. My dad's side of the family is Italian, Sicilian, and my mom's side is like Greek, Turkish, and Egyptian, but like they don't talk about it. And so like I was just raised like we're 100% Greek on that side, and I didn't find out till later. Like Greek,
you didn't find
Greek
out.
Orthodox,
wait, you didn't
everything.
Find out until later?
Literally, my mom just pretended like she was 100% Greek my whole life.
I mean, I understand the appeal.
Literally.
But also, like, I just think all those other cultures are just so freaking cool. Like, I have an ankh on my wrist.
You don't understand. Every time that, like, I would be in an establishment with somebody who was, like, Egyptian or Turkish, they would always be like, you are one of us.
Yeah,
and
we really
like,
are the same. Like, everyone looks at me. I never get Greek. Everyone's like, oh, you're either like Persian or
really?
I even get Brazilian. Yeah. I have a very Ionian face. Like, hold on, let me excuse. I'm going to remove my glasses. Oh my God. Guys, I'm hungover. I'm going to be honest.
Whatever.
All right?
The face is still
I had a few too many shots, and these glasses right now are just like, they're just a vibe. I know I look like a douchebag, but it's so nice behind here. When I'm having a day, and I'm like, I don't want to be bothered by nobody.
Yeah.
I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I put these glasses on, and it's just like, I'm like, this is nice. Everything's nice back here.
Look, when I'm on a Zoom and I'm like, I don't want to look at the screen, I feel like I put on my blue light glasses like nobody can see me, even though they're like, through. It works. I don't know. It's a magic trick. No, all my clients will know I'm not really wearing real glasses.
Yeah, no, it's all up here. I got LASIK done, so I miss my glasses.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing. I bought fake glasses because I miss them so much.
I miss them. Yeah. I mean, it was the best thing that I did ever. When I woke up and I was able to see the time.
It was crazy.
I started crying. It was so cool. And then I got to see them do it to my other sister.
You watched?
Yeah, I scrubbed in. It was so cool.
Disgusting. Stop.
I mean,
Stop.
I love it. And I got to see them slice her eye and do the whole thing. And I was just like, it's so cool.
Okay, so I'm like, all right, so she's like a freak, guys. Okay, so when they did LASIK, so if for all those listening who don't have any idea, when you do LASIK, first of all, I smelled burning and I had a fucking freak out. And I'm not that girl. I'm usually just like, let's do it. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like the nurse had to physically like sit me down and be like,
did they not drug you up?
No. And then,
yo, that's wild.
No,
they didn't drug me up. I'm sorry. No, they like gave me all the drugs. I was tripping balls with my mom there. I was like, let's fucking go.
No, and they gave me like a tiny half piece of a Xanax, but it was just like, I still freaked out. And like, then when I get there, when I'm under the laser, you're wide awake, guys, and your vision just goes black, which is the crazy. I was like, I'm blind. I'm never gonna see again.
That's so weird. Mine was not like that. They like flipped my eye open like it was like some horror film.
Yes.
And then there was a laser and it kept pointing and you had to keep looking at the laser.
Oh my God, did we get different
And
ones?
yeah, I think we did. I got mine on Groupon. But it was Groupon. But it was the doctor that did like all the Mets, like their eyes, like, so I was like, whatever. And I got a free iPad, so I was like, this is cool.
You got a free iPad?
I got a free iPad at the time.
What the fuck Groupon was this? Where was this Groupon?
I know. I was like, do you have any single, Mets? Anyone there? But yeah, and they did that, and you just had to keep looking at the red laser.
No.
And I saw everything.
That was not my experience. They flipped my eye. They did something to my lens and it went completely black. And I was like, well, I just lost my vision and I'm never going to get it back. And then it was like waking up the next morning and I could see everything. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I did walk out of there like, and they gave me a Tylenol PM and they're like, you're going to sleep all night. I'm like, look, mofos, you're going to have to give me something stronger. A Tylenol PM is not going to knock me out. So I was like, what can I do if I can't sleep all night? And they were like, just lie there with your eyes closed. So for the entire night, I was wide awake. And I just literally laid there with my eyes closed for 8 hours.
That's crazy.
It was
why did you get LASIK done?
I had like horrible vision.
Okay.
Horrible. I was like 12.
I actually almost went blind. So I was like driving on the Belt Parkway, mind you this, and all of a sudden it was like a beam of light was getting bigger and bigger and I just couldn't see anything. And I was driving. And I put my hazards on and I just like started so that like my eyes were tearing.
Dude.
And they ended up finding out that my contact lenses that they fit me for, they did like, I don't know, I had like the tiniest astigmatism that they were like, you don't even need like specifically for that, like the contacts. And they fit me for it and it was putting pressure over my eyes over the years that it scratched my cornea.
Best.
Yeah, they were like, you're so lucky you didn't actually go blind. So I wasn't able to wear contacts again. They were like, you're not going to be able to.
Well,
I was like, well, I can't.
Here's a fun story for you. Got LASIK 6 years ago. No, sorry, 8 years ago. I need glasses again.
Well, yeah, it's not forever. They didn't tell you this. Who's your doctor?
They told
you're
me.
Going blind. They don't tell you this before. They give you half a fucking Xanax, and then they don't tell you the aftermath that you're gonna get it back.
No, they told me that everybody in their like 40s and 50s needs like reading glasses, but they didn't say that like my is it nearsight, farsight, whatever. I can't see signs again. It's starting to get blurry.
No, I mean, mine lasted for a very, very long time, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were like, it's gonna eventually come back.
I was misled.
You were bamboozled.
I was bamboozled. Okay, guys. So, I love to drive around the parking lot. Okay, so our topic today, buckle up, because you already know it's gonna be good because of that little lead-in of ADHD. We're gonna talk about the red flags today for men and women, but also we're two women, so don't at me if we're
don't come for us. I'll shank you.
Literally. Well, you know what? You could cancel me and put me on virality. I'm cool with it, honestly, but okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna I'm gonna define what a red flag is, because there's so much bullshit on the internet these days, and there's so many I'm not 21, right? So I've walked so the Gen Zs can run. I have lived so that you can learn from my mistakes, right? But we're out here sometimes, and there is a big distinction between an actual red flag, a yellow flag, and you're just inexperienced at dating, and some of this shit is a little bit normal, and also an ick is different.
Right. Okay.
So
I like this.
So a red flag is literally a hard line of this person has some damage and I should back away. This is an indicator of I'm gonna be in fucking intensive therapy later, right? That's the red flag. An ick is I don't like his laugh. Okay, that's an ick. That's not a red flag, all right? I just want to make that distinction.
Right.
And not everything is a red flag, okay? So we're gonna get into it. All right, so I did some research about the top red flags.
Oh, okay. I want to hear.
For men versus women. But what? All right, so let's start.
All right, let's hear
it. What are
your
top red flags before I read the list? Because they might be overlapping.
I mean, so listen, I think there are different red flags for everybody because we all have our own trauma and stuff like that. And I think people just connect and we are different puzzle pieces.
True.
So sure, I'll look at other people's red flags, but I also look at I look at my red flag that's happening.
Awareness, guys.
So the thing is, it's like if I'm out of whack or something's off, I'm like, okay, what's in me that's like happening?
Okay.
So I think it's more so like instead of looking at someone else's red flag, because like people are fucking flawed. Yeah. You're gonna be with the love of your life, and that person will still have red flags.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. Not trying to be perfect. So I think it's more for me, like what red flags are in me, like when I get there, where I'm like, something's up. And it's not necessarily that person's fault or my fault. Like,
true.
So I think for me, it's like my own red flags is like, if I start feeling like I can't share parts of my
like personality,
like if I notice I start like censoring what I'm saying to cater to if you're gonna, I'm like, oh, that's no good. That's a red flag line.
I get that, because as a woman, when you have a big personality and you're around certain people, they make you feel like you got to shrink, or like you should be embarrassed, or like that's not good. No.
Another red flag for me is if he has his mattress on the floor.
All right, what
that's
are we
doing?
doing?
That's not anything. That's then.
In our 30s, are people still doing this?
Listen, I mean, I'm gonna have a good time, okay? You know, I'm like, let's put some sheets over the mattress. Like we're camping.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna have a good time. I'm not gonna judge it fully, you know. Yeah. But I'm just like, why is a mattress here? If you're a good time, I'm gonna enjoy it. But then I'm gonna be like, is it eventually getting a bed frame?
Yeah. Like, did you order one? It takes 8 weeks for delivery. Sometimes.
Yeah. Are you trying to be like you know, cool, like, you know, warehouse vibes, and you're like trying to, you know, set it all sexy, and there's like big windows. Is it like intentional?
Well, I felt like someone judged me for that once, because like I broke my bed, and like whenever you tell a man that you broke your bed, they're like,
sex 100%.
Like, she is a freak.
Yes.
And it's like reality, my movers were like slightly slow, right? So they like broke my bed. But like, yeah, I mean, that was people, like seeing people's reaction when they would like see it. Not that so many people, it was only 2 people. It was
all
like
right, relax.
It was like a few months, like don't come at me, but like the
okay, so you could be a little hoe, it's fine.
I was in my hoe phase. This was between partners. Seeing the reaction to like my bed being broken was either like judgment or like too excited, and I'm like, okay, both of them were red flags to me.
I want to hear the red flags.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna start with the red flags that women have against men. Okay, so like all right, the top red flags for women were, you know, the ghosting and then resurrecting. So like, RIP, he's dead, and then he's in your DMs until the end of time. Like, we don't love that. Also, like, we know your game, okay? Something better came along for 2 moments, and then you were like, oh, but I like her, and then you came back around, but like, you snooze, you lose, okay? Immediate love bombing, like sexting, like right off the gate. I mean, if you're in your whole phase, you're in your whole phase, but a lot of people don't like that, apparently. The My Ex is Crazy Greatest Hits Tour. Yeah. And being ambiguous about what he's looking for / inconsistent. Working in crypto was probably my favorite one on this list.
But also, like, if you make money, then it won't be a red flag for me. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah, just like don't talk about it all the time, because we don't give a fuck.
If you're in it but you're talking about it all the time, that's my red flag.
God.
Like I don't care. You got to do what you got to do. Like you could be finance. If you're talking finance all the time, leave me alone.
I've never met somebody who wants to talk about their job more than the most unsuccessful man I've ever met in my life. You'll never catch a super successful man talking about it 24/7. I promise you. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Those are pretty good red flags.
Well, there was 2 more. So one was the phone down, which I have mixed feelings about that one, and future faking. Like,
for what?
Future faking is like when somebody's like on the second date, like, I can't wait for you to meet my mom, and like, you know, doing all that shit. That's
yeah,
like
you see, I think like, yeah, those are really, I'm just like, slow your roll.
I just sit there and I'm like the little silent assassin on a date when I know someone's full of shit, and I'll just be sitting there with like my little smile. Like, yeah.
Oh, sometimes not me. I'm like your mom. I'm gonna meet your mom tomorrow. No, thank you. Pick up the check and let me go.
Literally only with that face, you guys. If you're not watching, the face was
she probably too would be like, dump him immediately.
Oh my God. The face is subtitling and we love to see it. Okay, so the red flags for men were a bit different. Okay, so it was being high maintenance and materialistic, which like, fuck you.
I got thoughts on all of these. But
I know,
okay.
we're gonna like dissect. And the photos don't match the appearance. Like she looks better online than in person, which I see both sides of that one because a lot of you men have found Facetune too.
Yeah, what's under that fucking beard? That's what I want to know. Talking about
Like,
Facetune. What's under that beard?
Wasn't
Yeah.
so true. No online presence, which I thought is so weird, but I would think they would love that actually. Guess you guys want to be Instagram boyfriends. And women who want princess treatment.
Oh, suck my dick.
Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, that was crazy.
Yeah. By the way, this is an explicit pod, so we can curse. So,
Like, don't you want to be treated like a king? So wouldn't she want to be treated like a queen? I don't understand that.
So, okay, let's revisit the female flags for a sec because I have thoughts about those.
Okay.
I feel like red flags, like you said, can vary for me depending on where I'm at in my journey. So like, for example, I dated like a literal narcissist. He was like diagnosed and he's bipolar. I think he also was like either a little bit borderline, it was just unhinged.
Yeah.
So after that, my red flags were very different. My red flags were like actually a little bit fucked up because I was like traumatized. So it was like, if you're being too nice to me, I was like, what the fuck is your deal?
Right. Okay.
Like, or if you were like doing, I mean, future faking, like he was doing all that in the beginning, all that stuff. Those were my red flags. But then when I got, past the like year situation and I started to be healed, it was like just normal red flags of like people taking things either too fast or like asking me for crazy pics. And I'm like, I don't even know your last name. I don't even.
See, that's the thing too with any red flag. I think like at the end of the day, like if someone's like moving too fast, like I don't necessarily think that's like this huge red flag.
No.
I think it's more about communicating if it's too fast and if they're not receptive to that.
Yeah.
And then being like, oh, okay, that's something that I'm working on. Like, I'm aware that could be connected to this and comes off that way. Like, then I'm like, all right, because we all have our like little things. But like, if you just see someone that's like not paying attention to what you're saying,
yeah,
and it's with every situation and it's like force and I'm like, relax yourself. My ex started to do little things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, give us an example. Sharing is caring.
Yeah, no, honestly, like good person, not like a bad individual. We had a lot of laughs and it was a lot of good. I just think we weren't compatible. Okay. And I think where I was in my journey, I learned a lot of different things and just emotional intelligence and awareness was different.
Yeah.
And the work that his trauma needed wasn't where the work that I did on mine. However,
okay,
I noticed where it clicked because, I always call it like our shadow selves, right?
Yeah.
Like, as we know, but it's always like, it's a journey where it's like you're putting these like pieces together. So you finally get to see the full face. So like mine was like 75% made.
Okay.
So now this person comes into my life and I realize this. I don't like calling people narcissists right away because I think we all have tendencies of being manipulative, wherever it comes from. Like we have percentages of it, but I do think this individual had like they were a wounded narcissist, not like malicious and out to get you and like ruin your life.
Yeah,
but they just had a lot of unresolved trauma that was in a grown man looking not good. You know what I mean? And and then it just fit perfectly with that part of myself that I wasn't aware of. And I started like realizing like, then doing this and 1 minute it's this. And it's like, then like, I want to like move in together in this, but it's like, oh, but you can't come to like my dad's birthday.
No.
It was like mad weird to the point where like I got to the end of the relationship where I'm looking at this individual and be like, are you okay?
No, it's a dude, it's a mind fuck.
What's happening?
It's a mind fuck to be like, and I did this episode with Benny where I literally said, like, not everybody, we're getting crazy with the overdiagnosing of shit.
Yeah, like relax. I have narcissistic tendencies
we
too.
We all are selfish.
We're all like...
Somebody being selfish and prioritizing themselves for a minute does not make them a narcissist. What makes someone a narcissist is the literal shit guys, I'll do a whole episode about it. If you knew the shit that my ex did to me, it was actually like, he should be in jail. Like, but I'm not that person. But like the records
that's
show,
insane shit. Yeah.
the records show that like it was not just like him like doing his own thing with the boys for like a weekend. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, true narcissist is scary.
it is scary because they're also like blissfully unaware of how fucking unhinged they are to you and how they trigger you and how they like ruin you. Like, so I understand that so much where it's like, they're like, I want to marry you. But like hanging for 2 hours is like such a task. It's
yeah,
like,
but no, it wasn't even that. It was just like certain things where I was like, bro, I was like, we just met.
oh my God.
Like we just met.
Oh, that's future faking.
I got out like before a year. I like jumped out. I was like, "Meow," out of a burning building. I was like, no, thank you.
But sometimes when you look back, aren't you like, I do this so much, which I hate because I don't have regrets. But sometimes I'll remember like that one moment where I'm like, oh, the parachute should have fucking come out then, man.
No, I don't say should because you didn't have the tools at that time period. So there was no way that the parachute would have been able.
Oh, I had the tools. I'm just like delulu because I suffer from Captain Save-A-Ho sometimes. So like with red flags, if you suffer from the Captain Save-A-Ho affliction, you could literally be like, but I can fix him, like, you know, and that's toxic. That's a red flag actually.
Yeah, but I mean the tools, it's just like that click moment in you, that aha moment that you're just like, I need to stop. So it's like you're
I get
perfecting your tool belt. You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
perfecting your tool belt. Okay, so so do you agree with those red flags for women? Or like, do you have any you want to add?
Yeah, like the sexting right away is like a no for me. Like, dog, relax. Especially like if we didn't meet like that,
Yeah.
and it literally is just that, then fine. Like we could have a good time too. Like we're not like women aren't prudes. But if you're like coming correct, and then all of a sudden third dates it's the sexting.
Yeah. Oh my God. No.
Get out of my face.
I had a dude on a third date one day literally be like, so after this, are we gonna go do this? And I was like, oh. First of all, men, if there was even a world where that was happening, then saying it and making it like it has to is an immediate no. Like,
Yeah, like I
don't
got
tell
limp
me
dick
what to
now.
do.
Like I'm just like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
Maybe
that.
I would have. You never know. But like, don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like no. You
Yeah.
have some class. Nobody's got game anymore. It's like you're showing your like prepubescent self doing that. Like you don't know how to, like you really can't control that part of yourself, and you want to call yourself an alpha male afterwards.
Well,
Go kick rocks. I can't.
Well, the problem with the sexting and what I've learned in my journey with this pod is men have more control in heterosexual relationships right now, guys. So like, just don't even. But men have more, I hate to say this, like power when it comes to like down the line in dating and like making the next steps. Like, you know, we're not really trying to propose to ourselves and stuff like that. So like sometimes they hold a little bit more power. Hate to say it. But in the beginning, the women are the ones that really decide when we go on a date with you and sex. Like we hold all the cards. And I love it.
Yeah, and I think men hold the power like that because we've been raised in the society to think that like that's our whole end game, and it's to like pick me, choose me, love me.
Grey's
and it's
Anatomy
like
ruined
men
us.
should be like that. Men should be like that because like, have you seen Mother Nature? Have you seen like these birds creating these freaking dances for the women that peacock?
Yeah, what happened to that, by the way?
No,
I want you to dance for me.
Peacock for me.
Please.
Peacock for me.
Open the door.
So
take me to dinner, cook for me.
absolutely not. Like,
Please.
don't like. So women, don't be out there being like. If it's something that you want and fulfillment, 100%, obviously fine. But like, it's been like shoved down our throat like that, and it's no.
Is there any other red flags that you think are needing to be added to that list? Because that was like the top red flags from like my research that I found. Like everybody was like universally like, those are the ones women.
Listen, I'm a messy person sometimes, okay? Like, because I have ADHD. So 1 minute, it's like, my place is nice, it's good. The next minute, I turn around, I'm like, all my cabinet doors are open and the bounties. I'm like, how did this happen, you know? So like, I could be messy sometimes, but like, I'll clean up, I'll tidy up. If a man is just filth.
Yeah, well, there's a difference.
If there's like no good, I'm not talking about like, okay, maybe, you know, like Okay, as a girl, Greek, thick hair, like when I'm in the shower, I have a tendency when I'm washing things, like, and the hair comes out, instead of like letting it fall to the drain, because my father with women in the house, he'd be like, the drains are clogging because of your hair, you know? And he would come out with the freaking snake thing and the thing and like pull it out and look at us. So I've learned to like, whatever like hair comes out, like I take it and put it on the wall.
Okay.
In the shower.
Oh my God.
Okay, because I don't want the drain to like, you know?
Oh my gosh.
But then I clean up after myself. But every once in a while I might forget, I'm running around, I'm doing things, so whatever. So maybe there's like little things like that. We're human. But if you don't know how to like clean your house, or if you don't know how to make it nice for me.
Oh my God. I don't even, look, in episode 4 in season 1, I had a story about going to a man's house and his toilet was black on the inside.
No.
Not any white.
No.
So like,
I'm out of there.
I have a thing. Women are messy, but men can be filthy. And some men can be so clean. So like, it is truly a choice, all right? And some women can be disgusting.
Yeah, women's bathrooms are actually the worst.
Disgusting.
I would rather go into a men's bathroom and just like smell the pee and like, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, what is that?
Sometimes I identify as a man at bars because I don't want to use the women's restroom because I can't deal with the line. But also like, it will be cleaner because y'all are not sitting down, so that toilet's clean.
No,
women are peeing from above. Okay, so I had 2 red flags that I wanted to add.
Okay.
And also I wanted to quickly say the phone down one, I take umbrage to that because I always put my phone down.
Yeah, it also depends, I think, when in the dating stage you are at. And also it's like, I'm not trying to
I'm not hiding. I just don't want to look at it and see it light up every 2 seconds. And I have stickiness on the back and it sticks to the table.
Yeah. And I just think like, oh shit, my phone.
There goes the phone.
Sorry. But I also, I think like it depends. And I don't nitpick these things. Yeah. I see the big picture. I'm not going to like sit there and like overanalyze every little single thing and be like,
yeah.
It's like the overall image. What's it looking like?
Yeah.
Is it a picnic? Or a dumpster fire, you know?
Like, that's how I feel. And like, the one big red flag I feel like honestly should be every woman's priority with red flags. This is like a universal thing. Like, there's never going to be a situation where like, this is not going to be like the recipe for a successful relationship is he competing with you? Which is really beta energy, honestly. So like, when I say that, I mean, I've had relationships because like I work for myself, I'm like do my own thing. And sometimes certain men can see that very competitively instead of being like, oh my God, that's my woman, I'm so proud of her. And I've been in so many dates or whatever where I'll be like, oh, this thing happened. And it's like they're one-upping you when it's just like you're sharing. And it's not like you're bragging, you're just like, oh God. And like, it's like, how's your day? And you're like, oh man, today was rough. And it's like, well, my day was more rough. It's like, cool. Like, are we competitive? Like,
I hate that.
It's like, first of all, they will say that before you even finish the sentence. Like, they will run to interrupt you to be like competing with you about every little thing. And that is like, I think the most toxic behavior ever.
I've had, I think one of mine also is jealousy.
Yeah.
I've had like 1 or 2 exes where they literally wanted to be me.
They want to be a woman. Look, I always knew. Always knew. Like, you know, I think that everybody thinks women have it like, we're so fun and like, it's fun to be a girl and like, oh, the girls get taken care of by the guys and it's so easy. And it's like, okay, well, you know, you try to be a sex that everyone's always trying to take away their rights. Okay. Like, you know, it's not that cute sometimes. Like, it's really not, but
it's not. It's
fun to do our hair and dress up. So
yeah. So don't yell at me if I need an extra 10 minutes.
Oh my God. Yeah. But there is like, I will say, being like egregiously late. Like, I have a friend whose partner is literally always an hour late. And I'm like, why? No offense to men, but you have no excuse to be late. Like, sorry. You don't have any excuse. What is your excuse? Like, I have to do a foot of hair. I have to put on makeup. I got to find the cutest outfit. Maybe I feel a little fat today. The outfit I was thinking in my head, I got to redo it. Like, what's the excuse for you? I need to know. He has no hair. I'm like, whenever she shows up late, I'm like, girl. She's like, I don't even know, girl.
I don't know. I think, well, look, I don't know. I mean, like, there's a little thing about like, you know, like be patient with your lady. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But there are women who are just like, who do not care and will take whatever time. And I have had those female friends that I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, you can't, come on.
Literal?
In Greek, we say to parachis, you overshit it. Like, let's go, come on, you know?
I literally so I think there are red flags for relationships for men and women. I also think there are red flags in friendships. And my big one is respecting each other and their time. Like, I literally had a friend absolutely lose her ever loving shit on me 2 months ago. Actually, it's like the funniest story ever because loved her. She wasn't like a close friend, you know what I mean? But like we were starting to get like closer. And we had a few group dinners where she showed up a few times, more than 2 hours late. And when it was a group dinner, it's like no big deal because we're like, okay, we already ate. So like, you know, if you want to drink, have fun. But we weren't sitting there waiting for her for 2 hours because like there was more people. Me and her had our plans. And this was like in the thick of her continuing to be late. So I had a shit day. And so she was like, I had a shit day. I'm like, let's get martinis. She's like, cool, I'll meet you here at this time. But I know her. And I'm like, she's coming from Brooklyn. I'm like already doing the math. Like we're making the plan at like 6:45. I'm like, she's going to be like 2 hours to get ready. So I said to her, and I said it really nicely. And I wrote, it was a text. I literally verbatim wrote, it was like, LOL, if you're late today, I'm going to kill you. If you know me, you know that's like not serious. But the freak out that ensued. First of all, that bubble never stopped. I got like 75 text messages. I'm not even exaggerating. And it was like, you're a piece of fucking shit for saying that. Like, you're painting me and like my character, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, awareness is key here. Like, I mean, I'm a 10-minute late girly. So like, I'm going to own that. But I would never sit here and be like, I run 100% on time all the time. That's like delusional to say.
No, that's also like the pinch and the ouch did not match right there. Like that's wild. That's like,
yeah, but that's a red flag. And like sometimes I'm sitting here.
That's an Amber Alert. That's run. That's not a red flag. That's get out of here.
Oh my God. All right. So we've got levels to the red flags then. Okay. So we got red flag and then we got an Amber Alert. And an Amber Alert is what? Like leave immediately?
Leave immediately. Change your number.
Change your number. Block, delete.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
I love that. Okay. We're going to use the Amber Alert.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, girls, some of you girls are over here making yellow flags, red flags. And so I'm going to talk about the yellow flags for a sec. So I think a lot of yellow flags that I hear that people try to kind of turn into a red flag are like where they're at in their career sometimes, which I think is like hating on somebody because they're not as successful as you would like them to be. I think that's kind of like a weird thing. Like using that against that person.
Yeah, that.
Like, oh, he doesn't have that much money. And it's like, well, okay, then, well, you know that. But like, how's he supposed to change that for you? That's like something I hear a lot.
I feel like I could understand if women were like, oh, he's not as motivated.
Yes, lack of ambition is very different from like, he's not making enough money.
However, with that same breath, I'm just like, I think we just have a lot of expectations from people. I think we have a lot of expectations. I think we're projecting a lot of our own like needs, wants. And I think there's a lot of us that are very just like we're so unhealed and we're waiting for that person or that thing to like fill us.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's just a lot of pressure. And I think like even me with my ex, like at some point I stopped and I was just like, okay, you're feeling all these things, which, you know, I was right. But
it's so good to have that feeling.
No, I really was. Cause I'm the type that's going to try to like, I'm like patient. I'm always seeing both sides. I'm always like, well, how can I come at something differently? You know, but I've learned where
awareness and EQ.
Yeah. But sometimes that it is, but like I overdo it where then it creates a soft boundary. And I was like, oh, okay. That's my like Achilles tendon. It's like, I gotta be careful with that. However,
empathy is a double-edged sword.
It is. And I don't want to be this like, you know,
like
wounded, you know, healer bullshit. Like, no, but anyway, I digress. But yeah, there was even a point where I just stopped and I was like, can I accept this person for exactly how they have arrived in my timeline right now?
100%. Yeah. I mean, I think we all need to be a bit more patient as a society. I think everybody is like, you go on one date with someone, you're like diagnosing them, you're saying all their red flags. You don't even fucking know that.
I always say like, try to get to know them as a friend. Whenever anyone's like nervous about dates or this or that, or is he or she, I'm just like, can this person be a friend?
I tell all my friends when they're going on dates, and especially as we get older, the pressure is more and more that they put on themselves, and then it trickles down to the other person who's a stranger. And I'm like, look, here's how I always went on dates. It's either like the love of your life or it's a story. And like,
I have a good story.
Or an adventure.
Adventure.
And if it's a story, like that's how I could write a best-selling New York Times novel about my horrific dates. Like I've had dates where I was literally in the bathroom, like, let me climb out this window. Like,
have you ever had like a really fun one?
I went on so many dates, like second dates in like tropical countries. Like I literally say yes.
I love that girl. That's great.
So like dating is fun to me because I'm always like, what? It's like it's an adventure.
It's also like you're just getting to know someone.
Also, the bar should be in hell all the time. Like your expectations should literally be below the floor. Like you're just going to have a time. It doesn't need to be a great time. You're just out the house.
Exactly. Like, that's literally how I'm just like, I'm not expecting like all of this. I'm just like,
yeah.
Can we laugh? Can we have a good time? That's it.
I've heard so many, and this is only applicable to women because I've never heard men doing this ever. Like 90% of the time, there's probably exceptions. I don't want to generalize, but like I've heard so many women be like, they were talking on Hinge for like 3 days. He's my husband. You know,
but like jokingly or like for real?
I think it was a little of both, honestly. Like I do feel like that optimism is there of like maybe, and it's like, have the optimism, but don't like go in hurting your own feelings already. Cause like, you don't even know him.
You don't even know if you're getting catfish. You know who this is.
I know.
You know if it's like, Bob in a basement.
Yeah.
Like
literally, I've like been on so many dates and found shit out on the first date where I'm like, oh, that wasn't on your profile. Like I went out with a 34-year-old dude once that literally was in the middle of a messy divorce with his wife of 15 years. Do the math. And he had 3 kids and they were like fighting over custody. And I'm like, I don't want to be on all this. Like,
no, that's like,
you're 34. You live the life of a 54-year-old. I can't.
He's got a lot of, he's got a journey. He's got to like just learn who he is and unlearn things and have time. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. And we had a great dinner and he was a nice guy, but like, I don't want that drama, you know? No. Okay, so the red flags, this made me laugh a little bit because it was like the red flags that men and women will like say to each other to trigger some of these things, okay? When the man says, my ex was crazy, which we've already covered, like, guys.
No, but also sometimes they are. I'm not gonna shit on you dudes. Like if you're just like, no, I really had a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Oh no, I've heard some stories.
Like that's fine. Some stories. That's okay because girls are fucking crazy.
Some girls are fucking
just like men are great. Like it's okay. Literally. I'm like, well, tell me more. What was it actually? And you want to know something? Like, sorry, I'm ADHD.
No, when
I'm in a relationship and I start thinking about my boyfriend at the time, like their ex-girlfriend, and I start to empathize and talk to her.
Oh, me too, by the way.
Relate. I'm just like, yo.
No, literally, like
that's where I'm like, I gotta get out. Cause you're crazy. You're crazy. She's not crazy. You're crazy. What did you do to make her crazy?
100%. I have heard a few stories where I'm like, oh my God, like this woman literally was like trying to like run him over with a car. I'm like, okay, well, like, but also what'd you do? Like, but a little over the top, you know? And then I hear stories where it's like, she's crazy. And I'm like, well, what did she do? And it's like, she got pissed at me because I like went on a boys trip to Spain and ditched her for 3 weeks when it was like her sister's wedding. And like, it's like,
that's wild. Okay. But also like, what did you learn from that craziness? Cause I'm sure like you were also toxic in that part. So like,
yeah,
if you were in a crazy relationship, cool, fine. But like, what did you learn about yourself? Is there anything, do you have any accountability of things?
I think it's funny because it's like at this point in society to keep saying that when everyone knows that like no one wants to hear it. There's a million ways to say to me that someone was crazy without saying she was crazy. You know, like my favorite is now the men have stolen the like narcissist thing, and like bipolar is always like if you want to tell someone that your ex is crazy without saying it, yeah, call her bipolar. That's different. No, it's the fucking same. So like, and I would love to meet all these undiagnosed bipolar women that are living in society because it is actually like a debilitating disorder.
Yeah, I just want to look at them and be like, oh, are you stupid? Like, do you even understand what being bipolar is?
Yeah, I'm like, was she on lithium? Like, let me know, because like,
yeah, exactly. Or was she just like a genuine like mood swing because of your fucking retarded ass?
Literally, people like do not understand the definition of some of the like things they throw around. So like, I had so many guys be like, she was bipolar, and I'm like, I know about the bipolar disorder, so I'm like asking them legitimate questions, and they're like, oh well, I just thought she was, and I'm like, okay, say less. Okay, so it was like also self-identified alpha male energy, like when they are pumping themselves up to you. Like,
anybody who calls himself an alpha male, get the fuck out of my face. I am sorry. Like, I have a joke. I have a, like, there's no, I'm sorry. I don't believe in alpha, beta, gamma energy. Okay. You either know it or you don't. Okay. There's no, I don't. No. I hate it. I hate it so much. And my ex at some point, this was like 4 months where I'm just like, oh fuck, like trying to make it work, trying to see whatever. And he called himself an alpha male.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, I gotta get out of here. Literally? I was like, no, you're not. And only to realize I was like, bitch, I was the alpha.
Look.
I was the alpha.
Look. Like, we did an episode with my friend Jim, and he's like a kind of like mental health guru, and he did like the whole thing where he was like, men need to be in their like masculine energy to be actually like an alpha man, and when they are in that energy, they're like soft about it. You'll never hear them talk about it,
and the only way by getting into that is by tapping into your feminine energy.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what he said. He did come at me because he was like, you're in your masculine, and I was like, whatever.
Listen, I have my masculine things, but like I also enjoy it, and it's like also allow me to have the parts of myself, like swoop me up and do it. But like that's part of my character, but that doesn't mean I don't have my feminine energy. 100%. Just like how men are like, you know, they don't talk about their feelings, and that's a very feminine energy. And
it is,
you know, suicide and all of that, depression with men, it's like on the rise because they don't talk about it, and it's like you need to tap into that part of yourself to, you know, like we all need both sides. It's the yin and the yang.
But here's the thing. When you're an actual alpha man, you don't talk about it. And second of all, if you are really truly in your like most masculine energy and being in like in your core, like alpha or whatever we're going to call it, you will never see a softer woman, because like we're so taken care of that we're just like, literally, what can I do for you? Like, it is like, I have never been more soft and feminine than when my man is like truly a being.
I know. If she looks like that meme from It's Always Sunny, what's the Pepe? What's the meme called? What's the name of the meme? Fuck, I forgot it.
I don't even know this.
Where it's like he's like
oh yeah, the one where like
he's like smoking.
Or wait, not Danny DeVito. It's the other dude, and he's like pointing at the chart.
Yeah, they're putting together. What is it? Pepe something? God damn it, my brain. I forget shit.
Charlie. Is it Charlie?
Yeah, but the name of the meme is. But anyway, but if your girl looks like that on a day.
literally if she's like, I had a friend find out that her man was cheating because she hacked her own Alexa at her house and heard him in her home changing a song with the Alexa, and she heard a girl's voice. I'm not even joking. If she's doing all that shit, you're in your beta. I don't want to hear anything about it. Okay. And also like another one was he thinks astrology is dumb but lives by Joe Rogan quotes.
Yeah.
It's the same, guys. It's the crystals and Joe Rogan are in the same category.
Yeah, you see his bald head?
By the way,
it's a crystal.
Literally, stop. I like this crystal right here, by the way. We have a crystal next to us in the studio for calming energy. Has a podcast. All right, so like already I have a red flag then. And uses the phrase, you're not like other girls. Are we saying that? No, stop. Nobody's saying that. I don't think we're... All right, so for the girls, or for the guys to the girls, it was literally like when girls say, I'm just a lot. But I think that's fine.
Guys don't like when girls say...
Yeah, red flags in women. This is from the man's perspective now.
I'm like a lot.
When they say that they're a lot, they get like scared, I guess. Probably in their beta energy for that one.
Okay.
Owns 16 crystals but can't communicate her needs. That's a problem. You need to communicate. So I will agree with that. Tells you she's working on herself while texting 3 exes. I mean, we've all been there. It's part of the journey. It's a journey. Okay. By the way, that's not usually the exes. I'm going to clarify this. We're not usually talking to our exes. We're talking to our other members of the bench, okay?
Yeah, I've never been a girl that like goes back to like exes and stuff. I truly believe, I never say never, because I really do believe in like people come back around for a reason, and sometimes it really does happen. Like
if it's like natural in nature, okay. But like I'm not reaching out.
Sometimes maybe you're just like wrong timing, wrong time, wrong place, like learning something, and then it's like, 10 years later and you meet again on like a friendly level and you're just like, and you give that chance again. Like, I think that's beautiful. Just like how I really do. I don't know. I think like also like it's the same for marriages. Like we have just this high expectation of being perfect and everything's gotta be a certain way. So I think second chances and coming back around within reason and real growth like is nice. But like I've never been the girl to like be talking to my exes and stuff like that. I'm just like, once the door is done, goodbye.
I've never been that girl. I did that one time and it was with a super toxic situation because he like wouldn't leave me alone and like was like hitting me up from different numbers and like all that stuff.
Oh, you need a restraining order.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like, but normally not the case. And like, I actually don't believe in the timing thing. I think a lot of people use that as like a scapegoat when they're just like not ready to commit to you. And like, I'm a big proponent of like, you get one ride on the roller coaster.
Oh no, I don't mean like if it's like, this isn't a right. I mean like you genuinely are like, this isn't working out and you both goodbye.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if
because I've actually seen it and they're like happily married with kids.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it because you could be an adult and grow and be like, wait a minute,
that's true. All right.
Yeah, not like this isn't just the right time. Like,
all right, I'm not gonna be a pessimist. Okay. Okay, and like says I don't chase, I attract. Okay, I hate that fucking phrase. I'm sorry. I know we're all supposed to be manifesting, but like, okay.
Oh, you're gonna hate me. I 100%.
I mean, like, you just do it. You don't talk about it. You know what I mean?
No, I'm sorry, but okay. So this is the thing. I was at a rave. I was fucking rolling out of my mind, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "What are you looking for?"
Oh my God.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm just attracting. I'm trying to welcome in the good vibes, like that vibrating thing. So I think, when a guy asks me that, like, what are you looking for? Like, I don't fucking know. I'm looking for my keys, one. Okay. Like,
always.
But like, I am genuinely, I am that girl that's like, I'm just trying to find the same frequency of where I'm at. And hopefully even a little better. So we spiral up.
Look, I think that you should always be putting out positive energy. Like that's a really big issue with, I think, current dating is people are so mentally beaten down. It's showing so hard and it's so like off-putting to people where you can feel when somebody's just like, hi, I'm here for the date.
But also fuck it. You need a fuck it attitude.
You really do.
Because I think like always putting positive energy out there is exhausting. I think always being a pessimist out there is exhausting. And it's just like, fuck it.
Just everyone needs to stop caring so much. Like I always said, the amount, if you're unbothered and indifferent, you're the happiest person in the room. Like if you're, like you said, positive, negative, it's so much energy. It's like right up there with like hating somebody and like holding grudges. It's like that takes so many calories. I mean, what are we doing? I don't know. I think that like a lot of these red flags with the right person though, if somebody was like, everything on your list and they had like one of these red flags, like let's say like he was hot as shit. What's your type? What's your type?
Oh, I don't have a type. I don't have a type. All my boyfriends are different. I go from like skinny emo, like where are you? Okay.
So we're like a personality girl.
I'm a Greek god, like really separate,
Okay, we probably know some people. Okay.
Yeah, I'm single. I'm single.
Oh yeah, if you've been in the Greek community, there's probably some overlap. So like, okay.
No, I've never dated within the Greek community.
Oh my God.
I dated one Greek from Greece. That was my ex of like a little while ago. And I've dated one guy that was half Greek, half Dutch, and it was years ago.
Oh wow. That's
years ago. And it was like puppy love.
My mom told me never to date a Greek boy because she married an Italian. So she like clearly knew what she was saying. But obviously when you say that to a 22-year-old girl, the first thing I did was go date a Greek boy. And then I dated another Greek boy right after that. And then I was like, oh, I'm done forever. Sorry guys. Can't do it. That's The mommy issues are too rampant. Okay, so
That's everybody. That's every culture.
it's really bad.
It
with
really
men.
is. Arab men?
Oh, yeah,
Arab men?
That's true. That's true.
Come on.
Just have women issues in general.
Come on. All of them. All of them. Italian men? All of them.
Oh, no.
Indian men? All of them.
Oh, so they're just all men.
Shit.
Just all men.
It's all men because
men.
it's like we're all fucking, I don't know, fucked up.
All right. So if you were with your perfect person
Oh yeah, let's hear. I like this. Okay.
and they exhibited, what's your worst red flag?
Oh, I don't know.
Your
He has one red flag and
has,
they're
like,
all green.
yeah.
Then the red flag is diluted.
Is it diluted?
Yes.
Even if it was one where he's like, let's say he's always competing with you. Everything you say, he's like
Okay.
giving it back.
I'll deal with it. I'll figure out.
Yeah.
I'll be like, good for you, honey, and I'll move on.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. So we're
That's-
allowed to have one red flag.
We're allowed to have many red flags.
But is it-
I really do believe in that.
Okay. Well, I think there's levels to it, right? Like if you're like angry,
Yes, 1000%.
if you're like if you're like abusive, if you're angry, if you have like all this shit, that's like a run out the
that's
door.
different. Yeah,
leave
if you're-
immediately, you can't change him, girl.
1000%. If you're, rocking me.
Yeah. That wasn't
across
even
the
on here.
face.
That was not even on here, which is making me honestly worried for us. But
You know why? Because I think that's not even that's just a hard no.
Yeah, it
That's
should.
not even a red flag that maybe you could deal with it, maybe no. I will say a man that yells at you.
yeah, Yeah.
And I realized that with an ex of mine where it
Same.
not fiery passion yelling like we're in an argument. I mean like snap yelling at you.
yeah.
Because listen, I'm from Mani. Kirkirea and Magnatisa, okay? 2 places that they couldn't take over. All right? So like you yell at me, that's where I'm like, bro, let's brawl.
Yeah, like
That's when I'm
seriously?
like, I'll rock you right now.
Look, my dad is Sicilian. Okay, like I got all the Egyptian, like I got all the ones where all go toe to toe. Like I've never in my life, like in one relationship, I never dealt with somebody screaming at me until that relationship, and it was the same. But also, how would happen is when he would do that, he would stand, and I'm like, look, when you do that, when you're talking to somebody in an elevated voice, and then you stand up, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like. That is so aggressive.
Yeah, and listen, I've done that before when I'm like mad about something and I get up and I'm passionate and this and that. And if someone's like, can you relax? And fine.
Yeah.
But a man to come up to you and yell at you about something or try. No. I'm not.
Well, my friends, that's what my friends told me when I was like out of that relationship. And the next one, we like had a disagreement. I can't even call them fights. Like they were not, like with the right person, they're not fights. They're literally disagreements. And we're just not agreeing on something. And I'm like, and it was so weird. We're like just calmly talking about it. And he did never raise his voice at me. And my friends were like, girl, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Literally.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend about a relationship that he's in, and he's like, I just bring up what I feel, and he just, sits on it, talks about it, says, okay, and he's like, what? I'm like, that's how it's supposed to feel.
It's crazy. We're all so damaged, dude. Literally, like the fact that I was sitting here like, oh my God, it's amazing that he just said my friends are like bare minimum. Like, bare minimum respect.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, we need to up the therapy.
Opens the door for you, bare minimum.
Literally.
Fuck out of here.
I love that.
I got arms. I could open my door.
Oh my God, but you know what is my biggest red flag is when somebody is watching me struggle with something they could easily help me with, and they're just like, you got this. Where it's like, don't watch your 5'2" girlfriend struggle with a 200-pound door. Like when you're standing right behind her. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm tagging you in. Literally. Yeah. Oh my God, when I was on crutches in Manhattan, this was a wild experience. I was leaving a Walgreens on crutches. Okay, how do you open double doors when you're on crutches? It can't be done. And it was like one of those Walgreens where it had the 2 doors, where there was like one set of doors and then you walk 5 feet and then there's 2 more doors. So somebody walked out, held the first door. I'm slow, right? So like they didn't wait for me to hold the second door. So I got stuck in the middle and I was trying to figure out how to open the door. Yeah, I was a woman. I want to say that, like, bitch. And then I dealt with both sexes that day. So the woman slams the door basically. I was taking a while. A man is standing outside the door to the sidewalk, and he's just waiting for me to figure it out. And then by the time I threw my body weight
but this isn't
into
someone
it.
that you were dating. It was just a regular.
Well,
a regular
I've had
dude.
boyfriends do this too.
Yeah.
But like he just like waited for me to figure it out. When I finally got outside, the first thing I said was, "You're a fucking asshole."
Yeah, 1000%.
And he's like, "I just thought you didn't want help." First of all, nobody doesn't want help with heavy shit. Like that's the lie. Nobody wants to struggle with
Also,
heavy
you don't
shit.
have a mouth. You don't know how to ask. Do you need help?
Literally, I mean, you could have like, it was a glass door, and I literally was looking at him like this, and I'm like,
He was probably a transplant from Ohio.
I know, it's crazy, but like,
New York men help.
do they?
Yes. A New Yorker, a true
Like
New Yorker,
born and bred New Yorker.
Born and
Okay,
bred.
Yeah. But you know, most of the people walking around the city are transplant.
No, they don't fucking know their left from the right. Get out of here.
Okay. All right. So some of the universal red flags for both sexes, I loved these. Number 1 was disrespecting waitstaff.
Yes.
Oh my God. Egregious. I had someone on a date once, literally the waitress was walking by and he snapped at her.
Snap.
He snapped his fingers at her and she locked eyes with me immediately. And I was like, oh my God, no second date. Immediately, I was done.
You know, I'm gonna call myself out on some bullshit because my ex, he got like really nasty with the waiter, but in a weird way.
Oh.
Where like, all right, I'm gonna tell you the scenario.
Please.
So we're sitting down, ordered pasta. And we're talking, and it's like, you know, 2 tops, so it's kind of small. And the waiter comes down, and he's like with the plate, like looking, and he's a young kid, so whatever. So like, and like we had like a cup or 2, and like I move it, and my ex looks at the waiter and goes,
Oh, wait, you're motioning your hands towards the table. Okay.
yeah, like just look, like what are you, stupid? This,
Yeah,
that,
like
you know,
here, put it here, basically.
and I like brought it up to him. He's like, oh, I didn't realize. He's like, that came out. He's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. So I let it pass because I'm like, sometimes people do shit where they're not
Yeah, that's fine.
realizing how they act.
Yeah.
But then it was all these little sprinkles, and I was just like, oh, I was bamboozled.
No.
He was smart enough to know this is a no, and I'm gonna because I was bamboozled, like mass, like.
Yeah, the mask will come off eventually.
But I was just like, how do you? And then I kept seeing little things like that where I was just like, oh my God. And I look back and I feel so stupid because I'm just like, it's not even like we're running around, we're doing something. Like not too long ago, I got really nasty with somebody and I caught it in the moment. I was just like, thanks for handling me while I'm being a bitch. I'm
Yes.
sorry. You know? And she was
Yeah.
like, no, it's okay. Like, because I
No.
was just like, I'm aware that I'm having a day and I'm projecting it on you. Like, my bad. You know? And it's like, but it wasn't
Literally.
any of that where like, you know?
I mean, look, I will never be mean because, like, technically I'm in hospitality, right? So, like, I will never be mean to a waiter. Although one time, this is a different situation. I was at a brunch at Maya on the Upper East Side, actually, with like 6 girls. It was brunch, right? So we order like omelets, 2.5 hours, no food. And so we were like sitting there like, hello, where's our food? They're like, oh, I think they literally forgot to put our order in or something. And then as we got our food, like the plates are finally coming, they come up to our table and they're like, we need to take the table back. We have a reservation for this table. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, it was the waiter. And I was like, we literally just got our food. She's like, you guys got to hurry up and eat and clear the table. And so I can do this. And I literally was like, I felt like a Karen. Every time I've ever said in my life, can I talk to the manager? It feels like a Karen moment. But like in that situation, I'm like, what were we supposed to do? Shove it down our throats and like hurry up and leave after you guys
No,
fucked
you're lucky
up?
if I even pay you right now.
Literally.
Leave me alone.
Literally. When the manager came over, he was literally like, dude, she fucked up. That was not how to go about it. Like, first of all, we want to move your table is what I'm going to do. And we're going to give you like 2 rounds of free drinks because like we're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should comp our food after all that. But like, that was one time where I was like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, but that's just like not knowing and probably being like, I got to do what I got to do and not thinking as like work.
Some people
like
are dicks. Like, some people are just dicks.
you know what, you're probably right. Actually,
mean,
there I go. There I go, being
people are
understanding and compassionate.
Some
You're
people are
right.
dicks.
Some people are
Look,
dicks.
I worked as a waitress in the city,
Same,
and like
yeah.
I know like people can be dicks, and I never ever want to give that energy to a server. However, on Amazon customer service phone, okay, all bets are off because they'll ask me my order number 20 times. I'm like, I already read it to you 6 times. Like, you can't judge a girl on the phone with customer service sometimes because like these people are just, they don't give a fuck. Okay, but I have apologized. Like you said,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's just like really frustrating. They're like, yeah, I know. Okay, so I'm not looking for anything serious, but let's see where it goes. This was like a universal red flag. I agree with that. That means you don't know what the fuck you want.
Then that means you're just a good time. So I think like if this person is saying that, then just be like, be aware of that. Are you
100%.
happy to have a good time with this person and just be like, all right, I'm going to keep looking, then that's fine.
That's a roster. That's goes on the B team on the bench.
I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's someone being honest.
True. I will
And
say
then
that.
I think that's your job to take it for what it is.
So it's a yellow flag.
It's no flag. It's someone literally saying,
I don't know.
I don't. They literally just said it. I think it's you expecting them to eventually get there.
True. Okay. You know what? I agree with this.
Yeah.
I agree with this. Okay. So I kind of feel like I don't agree with this one, but it was being in your healing era and not going to therapy. Because like,
you got to be doing something. Like it's in some stage. Like, are you meditating more? Are you reading a self-help book? Like,
well,
are you something to get you there?
Here's my thing, why I disagree with this. Because everyone I know that's like needing to go to therapy would never have the awareness to even admit that they need to be healed. So like, I don't even think that's like a real one, honestly. I've never met somebody who's like, I don't believe in therapy, that's like readily sitting here like, I am going through a healing process. Like, that's never who that person is.
No, if you're healing, you're doing what are you doing to heal?
Yeah. And the love bombing was also universal. So, okay. All right. So if we were playing like a little Olympic.
I wanted to say, love bombing is not just gifts.
No, it's words.
Not even words are so beautiful. Or
it could be actions too.
It's, because a lot of women, like love bombing is also giving and like feeding to someone's wound and doing the things exactly how they needed someone to show up for them. And you do exactly that to attach.
Yeah. Well, literally when I chatted with another person that came on the show, and he was very adamant that love bombing doesn't exist because it's kind of like you can't have one without the other. Like it doesn't exist if someone's not like giving it to you too. It's like not in a vacuum. But I will say, people that are like actually trying to manipulate you with it is different than someone just being excited about you and just saying shit.
I agree.
Like when they're trying to manipulate you to get you naked or to like just get what they want from you, that is true love bombing.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's not like being, I agree with you. Yeah. It's like, not just being cute and excited and like eager.
Yeah. Someone like texting you too much isn't love bombing. That's just someone excited and like they're a little bored.
I get annoyed when women are like, if he like this is you can tell me how you feel. I was probably
love bombing you and I texted you last night.
No, you were sending me unhinged fucking voice notes where I was just like, I'm here for it. Because I told her, I was like, wow, I was like, now I understand what people feel like with me. Literally. I was just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But that was hysterical though. But I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh my God, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I totally forgot when they're like, he texts me good morning every morning.
He's thinking about you in the morning.
And I'm like, yeah, just like, I don't know. I don't really like.
I love that.
I think it's nice. Hey, good morning. How are you? Or like later on, like if he does that and then there's no communication afterwards or anything like that, that's where it's like trash. But if it's like a good morning or an afternoon, something like that, and it's just simple and there's no expecting or anything like that, I think that's sweet.
I love a good morning text, but I agree. Like, don't blow me up. I'm not that girl because I actually get turned off. Like my boyfriends know, like in the beginning, I was actually the worst texter in the world where I would like not respond. I would respond in like 6 business days because like, I don't know if I like you. I don't know you. But when you're my man, send me that text and don't ghost me for 8 hours. Or like sometimes people be like, oh, I'm going to be in meetings all day. I'm going to have the craziest day. I'm like, cool, whatever. But like, that's different from me not hearing from you for like 36 hours and being like,
hello, where are you? Did you fall in a ditch? Did you get hit by an MTA bus? Like, what's going on?
I think it's really weird when people are like in full-blown relationships and they have no idea what their partner's up to. Like, not like you need to know their every move, but if you're not in communication a little bit, I think it's really weird.
Yeah. No.
Okay, well, so we agree on that. So let's play Red Flag Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we each pick 3 red flags and we have to argue which one is the most toxic, but also can be hot and tempting.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go first. Pick 3 that are hot but also bad. Like,
oh God, I don't know. Wait. Give me an example.
okay, so like okay, if you're one of these girls that like loves a guy that like is a little bit of a bad boy, right? Like he has a neck tattoo and he lives with mom, but he has a motorcycle and a bad attitude. Like,
Immediately.
Immediate yes or no?
Yeah, okay, let me jump on the Harley.
He could get.
He could get it. You're not gonna be a forever.
Yeah.
But also, like, what's wrong with living with your mom? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
no,
God.
I mean, like, scenario. No, legit. Like, what are the circumstances? Let me understand your situation.
See, this is the empathetic queen, man.
But it's also life. Like, what happens if he's like, I don't know. Maybe mom's sick.
Okay, that's the only acceptable scenario for me when you're in your like 30s, late 30s and 40s. I'm like, if mom is sick, you're taking care of them, something happened, cool.
Yeah, or like, I don't know. I just think
you're like saving up for rent. I'm like, no, we're not the same.
what? Okay, I'm going to challenge you on that.
Yeah.
Why? Why can't he be with mom and dad? If
I am
he's
not with mom
struggling?
and dad. You need to be, I want you to be where I am.
But what if he's trying to get there?
Oh, well, that would, okay, text me later. I'm not raising you.
No. I'm not saying like I get it too. I'm not saying
Literally,
that.
like,
But
why would I
like,
install the batteries? You should come with your batteries installed already, like mine. My batteries are in. Double A.
What if he has batteries for something else and this scenario right now, something's
He probably
happened?
has no batteries for anything else, let me tell you. He can't even take care of himself at this big ass age. No.
Well, how old? What's the scenario?
Well, like he's like a millennial man. Like I like a man that's like late 30s, 40s. I mean, if he's like 24, I know what I'm getting. You know what I
So
mean?
then why? Okay, question. I love being devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Why do you need him to be out of, like, what happens if he was out and working and then it went back home for something? And he's like, you know what? I'm saving up. I'm pivoting in my life. Like,
We're
like,
already in a relationship at this point?
No.
Okay, so
You
here's
meet
the
him
thing.
somewhere in his life where he's rearranging something.
If he's like, I literally live with my mom because I just put $2 million into a company I'm starting, and blah blah blah. Okay. If you're gonna be Bezos, let's go. But like, if you're literally like just there,
I'm not talking about like no ambition, not giving a fuck, like eating Cheetos on the
depends.
couch.
Like,
I'm not talking about that.
Look, here's the thing. It's hard to meet somebody who's not really aligned in values or like where you're at in the same place and immediately kick it off and overlook that. If we're like in a relationship and my man has something catastrophic, having whatever, it's different because I'm invested, I'm in love, like, and I'm gonna support you. But right out the gate, if you're like a floundering little baby bird, it's not very
No, I don't mean
appealing.
that. That's a misunderstanding. I don't mean like floundering, whatever.
What's your 3 red flags
My 3 red flags is
that are like hot? From the spot. Okay, I'll start with 1.
okay.
Okay, so I would say I would probably be like the love bombing. I can fall for that real hard because like I said, if you're like into each other, it's kind of cute. You know what I mean? But if it starts being used as a tactic to manipulate me, I'm out. But like in the beginning, a little love bombing is like, oh my God, he's so obsessed with me. It's a little toxic. I know. It's with the hot man that I'm into, who's my whole exact type. You could love bomb me.
So that's that 1 red flag that we were saying. Like,
Yeah.
if he had that, then that would be fine.
Yeah, you could want to see me every day of the week. I'll probably make myself available. But I'm aware. You know what I mean? Like, this is where we're at with our healing journey. I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been out with the guy, this like super hot Italian dude that was just love bombing the shit out of me. I was aware of it. He wasn't going to be my husband. I loved it. It was super fun.
Yeah, you're just enjoying it.
Yeah, I had nothing bad to say about the man. He just wasn't going to be my man. I knew what was happening. It's hot.
Okay. I mean, I'll take that one too. You want to buy me gifts? Sure.
I love that. Who doesn't like a gift?
Yeah.
All these people with their 5 love languages saying they don't care about gifts. Shut the fuck up. Who doesn't like a gift? Shut up. Okay, and so I guess the other one would be being ambiguous about what they're looking for. I have definitely kind of fallen in with that on serious boyfriends.
Okay, I guess then for me, if it's like, if I already know what it is and it's like, you're not going to be my husband, then whatever red flag, if you're a good time, I guess I'll take it. And like, because then I'm going to let it go. So I'm not, but if it's like something that I have to like deal with.
Yeah. If we're going to like be married, it's different. But like I dated someone seriously who was like, hey, on our first date, I was like, what are you looking for? And he was like, I would like to have a family. I'm not like going to die if I don't have kids or get married, which sometimes falls into that ambiguous category, because those guys can sometimes turn around like, you know, a few months later and be like, well, I never said I want to have kids. And it's like, well, wait, what? So like being ambiguous is kind of a double-edged sword that I feel like it's very easy for me to fall for, because sometimes they say it in a way that leaves the door open for things.
Yeah, I think with kids for me, like too, like when everyone's like, do you want kids? I'm like, I don't want kids. I want the partner. I want the family. And then like, I've never been a woman that's like, I need a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I want the partner. And if we look at each other and we're like, the world needs more, more us. And I know how you can show up, because it's like, don't expect me to be like, you know, having a job, going for my dreams, raising a kid, doing all this stuff. And like, you're what, and holding it for 9 months. No, you're going to, this is princess treatment now. You want me to hold your kid?
Look, I agree. I think a lot of people prioritize the wrong things when they get married, and then they're with a horrible person for them, and they're trying to have kids with this person to save the relationship.
Well, I think a lot of people don't have definitions for everything. What does a marriage look like to you? What is respect?
Oh my God.
I had my ex, I was like, I want respect. I want respect. And I'm like, well, what does respect look like for you?
Let me tell you, as someone who's planned a lot of weddings, I don't think people are having that conversation. I think it should be more of a conversation.
Yeah.
I think people are actually afraid sometimes to go even like too deep before they get engaged, because they're afraid they're going to scare that person off.
Yeah. And
and then when they're engaged, their focus is on the wedding. So like, I feel like sometimes, I'm not going to say this happens all the time, but I will say it's probably happening enough where I think a lot of people get married and then have these conversations. And that is
I
super
see that
catastrophic.
A lot. Yeah.
Like, we should be talking about our finances before we even get to the point of being engaged or living together.
Yeah, I'm like, finances, how to raise a child.
Yeah, like your values.
100%.
My last two things are, why do we ignore red flags when we're in relationships? Like actual relationship, not just like fucking around. When have you ignored it? Is it because you're being an empathetic queen?
Yeah, I think I've ignored... Well, it's not ignoring the red flags, because like I said, I'm a big believer on like, we're all going to have a little bit of them. And I think especially in the beginning, like we can't be too quick to judge. Like we got to give someone a chance. And it's honestly, it's like after a year is when you really get to know who the person is. So what I mean, like red flags are like these red flags that like kind of look hazy, not like a big, like hitting someone, right? but even that, like women, like I understand like this unresolved trauma that someone would not walk away from someone that like, so I'm not, that's a different conversation, but I think I've ignored my intuition.
Ooh, that's very different, but yeah.
And it's that little whisper, and it comes up to ignore that thing, because it's like, I know scenario, like people have their things, but there's a higher me being like, you know that, but that's not for you right now. And I want to give opportunity because of just like, I think my upbringing and who I am and what has shaped me has been to really understand where people come from and giving opportunity and just like empathetic. And the latter part of my journey now is like really learning how to fine tune it and how to create like strong boundaries, and just like, you can understand someone and be empathetic and just be like, you're not for me.
Yeah. 100%.
And I, wish you well on your journey.
And it doesn't mean they're a bad person.
No, and I think
we don't need to demonize everyone.
You want love, you want to give chances. I'm not quick to be like, how dare you this, a red flag, I'm walking away. But sometimes I think for me, it's like, I do need to do that a little bit more. And I think other women, instead of need to walk away a little bit more, it's like, how about you sit in that uncomfortable part and like, explore.
No, I agree with that. I think for me, it's like, I've only ignored red flags when I've been in love. Like in the beginning stages of a relationship, I will be like very understanding to slight red flags where I'm like, oh, you had a bad day. We're all allowed to have a bad day. I'm doing stuff like that. And it's like, sometimes maybe I should have like internally addressed it with myself a bit more at that point. But then once I'm like fully invested in love, I'm like a very ride or die girl. So like, that's how I was in that relationship for 3 years. Where
Yeah.
it's like, I'm so ride or die that I'm just sitting here like, how can we fix this? Like, you know what I mean? Where sometimes I just should have just walked the fuck away. So like, I think that why we stay when there's red flags, it varies very differently.
Yeah.
I do think that if you have somebody pressing your boundary though, in the very beginning stages, like you are not losing anything by walking away at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I agree with that. Yeah.
People are so afraid to walk away at that point, which is astounding to me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's usually a lot of the times is like, I think it's like pretty similar for women. It's like the psychology of like why we ignore the red flags. And I think, I don't know, I think it is, but I think it is a beautiful thing to be like, you had a bad day, all right. But then it's also like, I want to see you on your bad days. How are you? Are you toxic bad? Did you just have a moment? Are you moping? But then also it's like, can I work with you being mopey? Like, does it actually affect me? Like my mom's always like, you know, daddy's issues for you would probably run away. For me, it doesn't bother me. So if someone is like, we say like murmura, like my dad would be like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, and me and my sister, oh, like, how do you, and she's like, I don't get it. I close my day.
Yeah.
I close, I'm okay. You know, and it works for her because that doesn't really affect her because there's all these other great things that for her, it just doesn't.
Yes, exactly. That means that you met the right person though. So like, I think anytime I've been doing that, it's like sometimes I've had to remind myself, like, I'm not bringing this stuff into the relationship. So why am I okay with somebody giving me things that I don't give to them? Like, why am I not getting treated the way I treat others? You know what I mean? So like, we have to probably have a little bit more.
Are you treating yourself that way?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm allowing someone to treat me how I wouldn't treat them, which is not okay.
Right. No, but are you treating yourself the way you would expect them to treat you? Okay.
I mean, I'm like such a bitch to myself about my looks, but everything else, I'm like, I'm cool, man. I'm a fucking catch. Like, and that's a whole situation. Like, confidence is sometimes a little scary to boys, but anyways, okay. So our takeaways for red flags, I'm gonna say if it smells like a serious red flag in the early stages, you got to walk the fuck away. If you're in something that's like extremely bad and you're like, they have more than like 4 red flags for you and your boundaries, like you need to therapy.
Yeah. I'm also like, listen to that, to your body, listen to that whisper, you know, like, it's always like, if something is loud, like, well, he doesn't do this and that, and this is that, and that's all here. But if it feels like something just came up and it like arose and it's like a little like, you don't have to justify it. That's what I've learned. I look for a reason to, you don't have to justify. You could just be like, something's off. Yeah. Someone's telling me no, and I'm going to listen to that.
I agree. I mean, I have this little piece right here, is right in my little, under my rib, and it will act up every time I'm in a messed up situation. So like every time I stayed too long, I knew I was being a dumb bitch. Like always. You always know. I have friends where I'm like, when they finally walk away, I'm like, come on, be real. 6 months ago, you knew.
Yeah. And then we often don't stay in something that's actually healthy for us because our nervous system is like, I don't know what that is. I need the toxicity. I need the chaos. And that's your answer, actually. Yeah. Why you stay and fix is because your nervous system is probably familiar with that pattern.
100%. I literally have had this conversation with my friends where they're like talking to a guy, he's so nice. He done like, but I don't feel it. I'm like, you don't feel your stomach going crazy because you're dying inside. Like, that's actually healthy.
Yeah. Like your nervous system is calm. That's good. Safe space. Stay there.
Awesome. Thank you, Christina, so much.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Where can we find you again?
Yeah, all of my handles are my government name, Christina Mavronas, ChristiNamavronas.
Love it.
And yeah, find me there doing stupid shit.
I love it. Love her page, guys. Go check it out. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your fam at MissJudged Podcast.
Yeah, and if you don't, that's a red flag and you're toxic.
Yeah, and 5-star reviews only because that's fucking toxic. Bye.